Hello, here we are again at UC EXPO 2019. I'm joined by Bertrand. We're on the. Is this the whole Within Reach group on the stand here?
Yeah, that's a group stand, but mainly with the Swyx brands and the Centile brands, which are the most active in the UK market. VoiceWorks being more active in the Netherlands.
Got you. So in terms of what you've got on show, first of all, how are you finding the show? We're at pretty early days, and what have you got on show here on the stand?
Yeah, well, it's just starting, as you said, but so far so good. We're proud to be among the big brands here in the market, in the UK market. I think we'll hear quite a few news. I've heard some rumors, so that's interesting.
Everybody loves a rumor.
On our side, we are promoting mainly our ISTRA Connect offering, which is our platform as a service in the UK market, and also announcing a few new stuff on the Swyx product line, on the IPBX product line.
Excellent. And I wanted to get an update from you in terms of the group as a whole, how their integration's going, because obviously Centile, Swyx, and you mentioned before, how's that all fitting together? What are the latest updates in terms of that?
Yeah, so indeed, 3 or even 4 now with a Danish acquisition earlier this year.
Oh yeah, of course, I forgot that, completely neglected.
Four main entities in the group. Each with their specialty, in terms of technology and platforms and geographies. So indeed, some integration work, but that's very promising. First, at geographic and channel level, which is the one I'm taking mostly care of as a head of international. So it's how to promote different solutions across the markets. So pushing more the ISTRA Connect in UK, developing in French market, the Swyx technology, for example, and so on. So that's first focus, cross-selling across the geographies. Second one, there are a lot of work going on also at platform and technology level. There's a huge and amazing, I would say, expertise, both of field deployment and technology in the group. So we are working actively to merge them together, both at platform levels, and there's a structural project going on at platform level to really take the best of all our IPRs, I would say, in the group. And even most valuable, I would say, is on the user experience side. With Swyx expertise on the Windows environment and so on, all the web expertise in the group as well, mobile app expertise, really a great place to evolve our user experience. And there's also a strategic project going on in that field.
Yeah, that's really interesting actually, and effectively it sheds a bit of light on how complex the process is for you, because you guys obviously want to keep that user experience as easy and simple and intuitive as possible, but all the stuff going on in the background in terms of the go-to-market integration, but also the technology integration, there's a lot of work there, but all at the same time trying to maintain a common UI. It's not straightforward, is it?
No, it's not. But first of all, each entity was growing nicely, so
that helps from a starting point.
First thing is we want to keep that while leveraging additional synergies. So that's where we are. But I think that the expertise from each of the entity really fits well on the user experience. When you see mobile app and, as I said, desktop app, web experience, different integrations, the APIs, which are very key. API as a service, a very key segment.
Yeah, that integration piece is massive now.
So each of the entity had its own experience, and also each market has its own, I would say, ecosystem. And that's very interesting. And being, we want to be a European leader in that field, and being a European leader is also being local in the main country with the right ecosystem. Because in Germany, you don't know a lot of the French specialists in some CRMs or verticals, and vice versa. Same thing for UK.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you about that. It's complicated, isn't it, to know each individual. Europe is although you think of the EMEA and then Europe as one market, it's not, is it? It's effectively, 27, 35 markets, all slightly nuanced. So it's difficult to appreciate what subtleties are going to work in different areas and which technologies are important. And you were telling me last time about the mobility in the Nordics, and I didn't realise that. So it's interesting, the contrast between the markets.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Nordics. The Centile largest customer is Elisa in Finland with over 250,000 end users, mainly mobile, and it's indeed mainly mobile. 95% of the users only use the mobile, which is quite a difference, I would say, But yeah, I would say Europe we see Europe as a group of countries that share a number of values and approaches, but also have their own differences. So we see we have a partner-focused business, and we think that as a European leader, we need the right local ecosystems. And when we look for additional acquisitions and in the M&As, that's how we also approach the market. Technology components, but also the geographic complementarities. We have Dutch, French, German, Danish. What's next? We'll see. But that's really how we see the Europe, a group of countries with local presence and trusted local partners.
I'm still on the Centile Swyx stand, and I'm joined by Justin. Justin, how are you finding the show so far?
It's been good, actually. It's been nice to see some old faces, and there's been a lot of interest in what's happening with the Within Reach group, with the Swyx and the Centile teams coming together. It's been one of those integrations where, rather than leaving the two companies as isolated entities, the actual sales and marketing for Swyx and Centile has properly come together. So we have a single plan, we have a single go-to-market strategy, and now we have a strong on-site PBX offering as well as a cloud UCaaS platform. That's brought the formalization of the ISTRA Connect platform to market. So we have a channel-only platform as a service that we're actually promoting, and that's going really well through both the Centile potential customer channel and also Swyx partners looking to move to cloud services. And clearly that's a great growth market, and the team's in a good place.
Yeah, we just spoke to Bertrand about the sort of European aims. From a UK perspective, what are you seeing specifically in terms of the Swyx Centile model and how that's going to work in the UK?
I think because Swyx has always been a very strong IT integrator PBX for on-site deployments, there are some cloud deployments of Swyx, but actually Centile being built from the cloud outwards as a multi-tenant solution is really well suited in the UK for Swyx channel partners. And what we're finding is that where people want our channel partners looking for a cloud offering, that we're actually bridging that gap very nicely for them. So the cross-sell, upsell that every integration looks for is actually happening over here. So it's really exciting times.
And I suppose the main benefit in terms of the strategic acquisitions that the Within Reach group have made, they fit together quite nicely in terms of a 3D jigsaw puzzle, and that provision that's I suppose the target for the UK, isn't it, for different services from each area of specialisation?
Absolutely, because we're channel only at Swyx and Centile, it works really well. So the account manager looks after, the customer, our reseller, partner, customer, or a service provider. It doesn't matter which product they're actually involved in. They come through one contact. The support team may still be separated at the moment. That'll come together over time. And the Swyx guys are now trained on the Centile, and the Centile guys are getting trained on Swyx. And it's a proper unified solution. Based on the fact we do unified communications, that all makes sense.
Yeah, no, that ties in perfectly well. And I suppose just finally, in terms of you mentioned the channel before, in terms of the UK market, it's pretty much perfectly set up for you guys with the importance of the channel.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a big channel market in the UK. It is competitive in the UK, and what we're finding is that reseller customers are really looking for differentiation. Centile is a very strong brand in mainland Europe. It's done less in the UK up until now. Now we've got a stronger team. There's quite a few of us in the UK now. Dedicated resource in market, because we know the market. We built the ecosystem. Thus we formalised the ISTRA Connect. It's really starting to get some momentum. And we're getting the coverage and the traction that I expect. It's good.